Good afternoon, my name's James Knight and today is a Saturday and I'm in a city called Shenzhen, which is in southern China. This weekend's been kind of stressful because there's been a couple of cases of COVID-19 here in Shenzhen, and obviously China has a zero COVID policy, so I've had to go off and get tested. The whole city's had to do it, and it's been going on for quite a while now, and sometimes it can feel a little bit stressful. Recently, I had a subscriber contact me and they wanted to know more about me. So I thought that was a really good idea, so I decided to make a video about myself, and this is the video now. So, I'm from the UK originally, grew up in Merseyside, Liverpool, and when I was 19, I finished sixth form and I went travelling. I went to Australia on a working holiday visa and flew to Hong Kong on the way. And Hong Kong was the first time I'd left Europe. You know, I'd been to quite a lot of European countries when I was a teenager. You know, I went to Poland and saw Auschwitz and went to Warsaw and Krakow. I've been to Holland, Amsterdam, many places in Europe, but I'd never left until that point. So when I was 19, I flew to Hong Kong, stayed in Hong Kong for 3 days, and that was my first dose of Asia. And I remember going around Hong Kong and seeing all the large skyscrapers and thinking, wow, I've never seen this before. And I was just there for a brief period and then flew to Sydney in Australia. And then during my time in Sydney, you know, I went up the east coast of Australia. I went to Coffs Harbour, Yamba, Byron Bay, Nimbin, Coolangatta, Surfers Paradise, and then Brisbane. And I had family in Brisbane and I stayed there for a bit, but massive floods happened. I think they were like the biggest in a century or something ridiculous. This was back in 2010, and I couldn't find a job in Brisbane. So I ended up getting a job, handing out flyers in Brisbane to save up some money to fly back to Sydney, and then I got a job on a construction site in Sydney and saved up a load of money and then flew to Southeast Asia, and I went to Malaysia, Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia and Laos. And it was really interesting for me because that was like the first time I'd seen like a developing country, and it wasn't what I was expecting. And also I was so young, I wasn't kind of fully prepared for it. And I stayed there for about 3 months and I met loads of interesting people and had a great time there. And then after that, I went to university in Leeds in the UK and studied there for 4 years. During the time I was there, I went to India. And when I went to India, I was there for about 2 months, I think. And I went to Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Himachal Pradesh, Jammu the Kashmir, and the Punjab. And Himachal Pradesh and Jammu and the Kashmir is up in the Himalayas. I think it's called the Kretchnikoff mountain range, it's part of the Himalayas. And it was fascinating because in Himachal Pradesh, you're kind of at the same height as the clouds, and you'll be like walking through clouds there and you'll see monkeys, and like it's like a rainforest mountainous kind of region. And then you get up to Jammu and the Kashmir and it goes higher and higher and higher up to about 5,000 meters, and it becomes a cold desert, and then all the rocks are like rainbow colored because they're like starved of oxygen, and it's like a really weirdly colorful place. I went to a place called Leh in Ladakh, which is in Jammu and the Kashmir. And then I went to the Punjab, went to Amritsar, and I visited the Golden Temple. And that was an amazing experience because it kind of felt a little bit like going to Solomon's Temple in ancient Israel, or going to Mecca in Saudi Arabia. It was like this super holy place. And you just got like these really strange feelings from visiting these places. And then I went back to university and wrote a book about India. I made like a graphic novel about India and my time there. And then after I finished university, I moved back to Liverpool and kind of didn't feel very content. And I was a young man at the time, and kind of, maybe if I'd have moved to London, I could have found a graduate job, but I was a bit too stubborn to do that. So I decided, after a few years of working jobs I didn't enjoy in Liverpool, to go and move to China. And basically, all my videos from that point on will explain my time in China. So if you want to know about China, just watch all my videos and you'll know all the things I've done. So this is a video just to try and give my subscribers more of a knowledge about who I am. I've got a lot of new subscribers recently, so I hope they watch this video and they learn about who I am, and maybe if you want to ask some more questions, feel free. So I hope you like this video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Goodbye.